Yes, we're actually incorporating te reo into all of our signage, and every exhibition, whether it's a small one or a large one, will have an element of te reo in it. And indeed, we're actually looking at incorporating it into our correspondence. So it's not just at that level that's referred to in the draft annual plan, it's right through the heart and soul of the museum.
Okay, how does MOTAT see itself making positive contributions to Māori wellbeing, and how will the contribution be measured as an outcome of targeted activity?
Through the Chair, we're starting from a relatively low base. It's not an area that we have historically focused on. Some of the exhibitions alluded to have highlighted Maori technology and development, and we're trying to get the schools that are interested in that aspect in through the doors. As far as the broader thing is, it's one, getting the visitors that of Maori descent into the museum, and indeed Polynesian, the multicultural aspects of Auckland, and actually sort of demonstrate that whole that there is Maori technology. I've just as an antidote, I can never say that word, as a story, when I first arrived, I was told that there was no such thing as Maori technology. Well, there is, obviously, bird trap being a classic example of that. So that's where we want to focus and bring those stories out, tell the stories about how the pump house was a fantastic invention, pumped water around Auckland, but at the same time killed off the eel supply and therefore forced the local iwi out of the areas. Sort of stories along those lines. What we don't want to do is stand on the toes of my colleagues behind me and get into the social history side of it, but focusing on the technology side and the stories that are around that. I hope that helps answer the question.
Just one more, Madam Chair. I took on board about the bilingual signage, but apart from the welcome to the machine exhibition, how does MOTAT promote Auckland's Māori identity?
Well, it's, like I said, it's not just the welcome to the machine side of it. Another example of that would be Honi Hiki's flag. Again, what we were wanting to do there is actually to show that the debate around the flag, not to put any sort of slant on what the outcome of that debate should be, but to show that Maori had an involvement in that type of debate going back well before the current referendum. And we also tell the whole story around that. Again, probably did stand on the social shoes a little bit of the war memorial, but we got the opportunity to take it. So again, it's coming back and trying to tell those stories. But coming back from being a transport and technology museum, we cannot, it's more difficult for us to sort of get into the wider range of those areas.
Just one thing I picked up is that it continues to be quite singularly focused in terms of one iwi that you refer to. Why is it not expanded across the region to include all of the iwi?
Very good question. That's what we're in the process of working with the Auckland Council on, is to actually extend it to all of the local iwi, and actually we've extended it out to Huani Waititi Marae is now working with us, but we're working with the council to try and actually develop a relationship with all iwi, and we're finding that not the easiest thing to achieve or fast, because it takes time, but that as our goal is to sort of have an advisory panel, but not just from one iwi, but from a number of iwi, so we can start addressing the type of issues that you're talking about.
Okay, so Madam Chair, just on that, I'd be quite keen to understand what the issues are that are making it difficult, because I don't necessarily see that it can be that difficult. So I'm happy to hear what those specific issues are.
Well, maybe the two of you should get together. Thank you.
Any assistance would be greatly appreciated.
So, thank you. So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you very much. And thank you, Sidon, for rushing in. Leslie, very nice to see you. And Michael, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.